Hello everybody, this is your Adventkalender Türchen number 1 and today's practice is called Spinal Waves. It's one of my really top favorite ones that I enjoy to do in the mornings, especially when I don't have time for a longer yoga practice, but my body is still asking me to move a little bit before getting out of the house, and I literally only have 3 minutes. Then this is what I'm gonna do. And it's something that is super simple and super healthy for our spines. I guess most of us unfortunately do sit a little bit too much in our daily lives, and this is one that brings our spine into motion again and increases its mobility, as well as waking up all those nerves that run up and down along our spine, connecting our brains with the rest of our body. And this is just a great way to start your day, to connect. You know, we're all so much up here in our daily lives, to connect this to the rest of our bodies and kind of leave the house already as a whole, let's say, than already just being out of the house already with your head and having forgotten the rest. It's also really nice to do this one anytime during your day when you feel like, oh, I've been sitting too much, or I need to stand up from my desk, and yeah, this is something you can easily integrate, or you can even do at the bus stop if you don't feel silly to do this. It's maybe not exactly super easy the first time you try it, unless you're a dancer. For all the Latin people among you, this is gonna be a lot of fun. You will love this. If you're more immobile in your spine, then I would suggest you try this at least 2-3 times, because it's gonna get better really quick, I promise. I also felt really weird doing it the first time, but it really feels nice right now. So this is how it works. I'm gonna show you first the actual exercise, and in the end I also have a little preparation exercise that you can do in case this feels really tricky or hard for you to do. Good. So all you need is your feet to stand on. Put them about hip wide, toes pointing forward, feet parallel, and spreading your weight throughout the entire sole of your feet. From there, take an inhale and grow tall towards the ceiling. Exhale, relax your spine, and bring a little micro bend into your knees. Just don't straighten them the full way, little micro bend in your knees. And now we're gonna wave our spines. That works starting up from the hip. So first you're gonna, you can actually start with a duck bum. You send out your bum. And then the opposite way you wanna go is to tuck your tailbone. So you squeeze your bum and you tilt the hip to come forward. And that way, your low back now becomes really long, right? It feels like you have a round curve here in your low back. And there is space created between the vertebrae of your low back. And this round wave here that we create, we want to let that travel upwards through our entire spine now. So I go tap my tailbone round the spine, and then let that round motion travel up through my entire spine, all the way up through the neck and the head. And as it travels up, the next wave already starts. So, wait, here I am, letting that first wave travel up. And as it travels up my neck, my bum already moves out again, and the next wave initiates from the bottom of the spine, travels all the way up through the spine. Slow and controlled, but still relaxed. And you can close your eyes here. You will notice that can make it easier in the beginning, because you feel much more where the movement is at. And you can consciously let it move upwards as you move your attention as well. And maybe it feels like some parts of your spine move less than others, are less mobile than others. That's totally normal. And if some don't feel to move at all, then just imagine that wave going through and imagine them to move. It will come with a couple of times practice. You can also invite your breath to join the movement. So that would most likely be an exhale as you round your chest, as you make the chest small, the air flows out of your lungs. And then naturally, as you open the chest, the air flows in, the lungs fill up with air, and as they round, it flows out again. And you can move to the rhythm of your own breath. Very nice. Once you got this going well, you can also start playing with it and let, for example, the waves travel diagonally throughout your body, from your left hip to your right shoulder. Again, this needs a little bit of exploration and imagination in the beginning to make this feel nice and work. Maybe also you want to practice in front of the mirror the first few times. Then you can easily detect also maybe if you're holding onto your neck or if you're just inviting it to join the movement. And changing sides, letting the wave travel up from your right hip bone all the way throughout your body to the left shoulder. I hear some cracking there in my spine. And I can feel the circulation going of blood. And one more thing you can do, once that also works, is to reverse the movement. So we started now with elongating the lower back and letting that curve travel up. Now the opposite would be to have an arch in the low back and let that travel up the spine. So you start by sending the bum out and let that curve, that arch, travel upwards. So before it was this, it's even hard to see and to feel in the beginning. So it's maybe a little bit of a, need some brain work. Some brain juice as well, this one, or a mirror to figure out the difference. You see my knees are also a little bit involved, but not actually too much. It's really, the motion starts from my pelvis and travels just up my spine. Again, inviting the breath to join. And then after a few minutes, whenever you feel complete, you can bring it to stillness again. Maybe close your eyes for a moment and just sense into it. What does it feel like now? Any difference compared to before? Just observing. And one last tip I have, just in case you got frustrated with it already and you didn't really feel anything moving, then you can come to lie on the floor. Bring your back onto the ground and place your heels behind your bum, round the feet. Spread the weight throughout your feet, arms alongside the body. And then again here, same thing, you're going to tuck your tailbone, so you squeeze your bum to have the bum come off the ground slightly. And from there, you let a wave travel up your spine. And it's as if your spine is a zipper. Your spine is one part of the zipper and the floor is the other part. And you're going to zip the spine off the ground, and every vertebra is one little tooth in your zipper. You open the zipper as you let the spine travel, the hip travel upwards towards the ceiling.
until it's only your shoulders, the space between your shoulders, behind your neck, connected to the ground. And then from there, you close the zipper again. So vertebra by vertebra, you roll your spine back down to the mat, like a wave. Once the bum is down, release, relax for a moment, and then again let it travel up. So this way you have a point of reference, the ground there, which helps you to find this waving motion in your spine. So if the standing spinal waves didn't work so well in the beginning, try this for a moment, and I'm sure it's going to help. And also let me know how you like this, how it works for you. If there's any questions, let me know. I hope you enjoy, and I hope